We were a happy family of 4. I was fortunate enough to be home with my kids. Noah was just about ready to start kindergarten, and we found out that that wasn't our plan.
What I was told was that her chances of making it were about 2%. About 2%. Obviously, I was devastated, and I had to pull myself together for a little bit because I had to then walk into the room and tell her.
I fell to the floor, and I can remember just sobbing and not knowing where I was or what I was doing.
I didn't know what to expect. It was just one thing after another, and I'm sitting there with her. I'm thinking, now what? Now what do I do?
The mission of the Andre Sobel River of Life is to assist parents of critically, sometimes life-threateningly ill children with financial help. We pay for things that may sound mundane, things like groceries, rent, utilities. We have even paid for nearly 1,000 burials.
I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma when I was 16. I have also 2 little brothers that were 10. I knew that my mom, she had to take care of them also.
My husband was out of work for 4 months, which really was devastating for all of us. Luke, our younger one, became very angry, very clingy, and there were quite a few times that Bob and I didn't think we were going to make it.
It's difficult to be married. Anyone who is married can attest to the fact that it's a challenge. Once you have children, you have the added stress of being a parent. If you find out there's something wrong, seriously wrong, with your baby, the stresses are very, very, very great.
When I first heard that 8 out of 10 families break up as a result of a child's critical diagnosis, I couldn't believe it. To have that loss on top of losing a child is unimaginable. I know I've lived it. As devastating as Andre's illness was, I never had to choose between paying rent or paying for his medicine. I never had to face the heartbreaking choice whether to be with my child or to stay at a job. To have their parent by their side should be not negotiable, but in fact it is.
Well, I didn't want to leave. It was very difficult for me to go back to work because I wanted to be with her. But being a divorced parent, and I had to go back to work.
I wasn't afraid that I was going to die. I was afraid that I was going to die alone.
The emotional damage that can be done to a child who feels abandoned in a hospital, even though their medical needs are being met, can be irrevocable.
The help that we received from the Andre River of Life Foundation allowed my mom to be with me because we didn't have to worry about how we were going to pay for like food or bills in general.
There's actually nowhere that I know of other than the Andre Sobel Foundation where in 24 hours a family can be fed and have a place to sleep.
You know, they say money isn't everything, but when you don't have it and you're trying to take care of a sick kid, it's everything.
Knowing that this foundation exists is like having $1 million bill in your back pocket, and if you need to call upon it, you know that it's there. You know you can rely on it.
There were a couple months where we couldn't make our mortgage payment, and the River of Life Foundation paid our mortgage for 2 months. A lot of good has come out of what we went through. Knowing Noah and looking at Noah, you would not think he was a brain cancer survivor.
I do have an understanding that in this world, not only there's sickness and there's health and there's everything. We can't be blessed with everything wonderful. The only thing good that I see coming out of this was that when I was in the worst situation of my life, I didn't have to worry about emptying my house because the bills were paid for. And even if my kid was dying, I still had to pay my bills. So yeah, that's the only good thing that I saw. The only thing.